Thanks for joining me. My name's Gregory Jameson. I'm Vice President of Federal Retirement Experts, and here to talk with you today about your FERS pension and the FERS Supplement for some folks. So your FERS pension is going to be, first of all, in addition to any funds that you put aside in TSP. They're completely separate. Now your FERS pension, it's going to have a calculation going off of your high 3 average. It's multiplied by your time of service, and this would include any buyback time with military time for some folks. And then that's going to be multiplied by either 1% or 1.1% if you're over 62 with at least 20 years of service. So going through an example together, let's say we have a client, his name is John. And John, let's say he's 62 years old and he has 19 years of service. And let's say his high 3 average is, we'll say it's 104,623. So that's his high 3 average. Now, mind you, a lot of times your high 3 average is going to be the last 3 years of work, but not for everyone. Sometimes we change positions, maybe we have a lower salary. It's gonna take the highest consecutive 3 years. So that's not necessarily the last 3 years, but it is for most people. So let's go through the calculation together. The 19 years of service is gonna be multiplied by his high 3 average, and that's gonna be multiplied by 1%. Now, if John waited an extra year, he would get the higher pension calculation at 1.1%, which we'll go over. But doing this, we'll come up with his annual salary, which would break down to $19,873 per year. Now, with the higher pension calculation, let's say he had 20 years of service. So he did work 1 extra year. He's gonna get the higher calculation. We're gonna use the same high 3 average. Most likely he's gonna have a cost of living adjustment, which would bring this up slightly. But using the same numbers here, the difference would be $23,017. The jump between waiting from 61 to 62, or from having 19 years to 20 years at least the age of 62, it's gonna be the highest increase between all of the years of service. Now there's something also called the FERS Supplement. Now this has to do with folks who have at least 30 years of service and they're at their minimum retirement age to retire with a immediate pension. They can retire as early as 56 and some change, depending on when you're born, or 57. Now, some other people can retire sooner, less time of service, and their earliest would be at 60. So in this case, this person who has 20 years of service retiring at 60, he's gonna be able to receive the supplement in addition to his pension for the 2 years between when he's 60 and 62. It's a way that the government, through the FERS Supplement, bridges the gap between when you retire and when you can draw Social Security at the earliest is 62. Now, some people can retire even as early as 50 years old if you're under special circumstances, if you're in law enforcement, air traffic controller, firefighter, things of that nature. They're eligible to take their pension and collect the FERS Supplement and have this supplement pay them until they're 62 when they're eligible for Social Security. Now, one important fact about the supplement is that it does face what's called the earnings test. Now, the earnings test for this year is going to be $21,240. So what this says is you can collect your pension and the FERS supplement and continue working, doing something else, something that you enjoy, maybe, hopefully, and this will allow you to bring in an extra $21,240 without it affecting your FERS supplement. And this is also tied to Social Security. So if you say were to retire at 62 with your pension and you draw Social Security at that time, you're also faced with the earnings test. And the earnings test allows you to earn up to this limit, and what they'll do is anything made over that limit, they're gonna take back $1 for every $2 you make over that limit. So if you're planning on retiring from the government, whether it's under the FERS supplement or at 62, and you're planning on taking Social Security or the supplement, it's important to take this earnings test into consideration. If we're making significant income, we're probably going to want to delay Social Security until later or waive the FERS supplement. It's talking with a financial professional to understand how these benefits affect you in retirement specifically. With our company, we put together a detailed report for you. It's free of charge for federal employees, and it allows you to see in a clear way what retirement will look like. We're going to go over all of your benefits, not just your pension and Social Security, but your healthcare, your group life insurance. We'll talk about TSP and all of your options with TSP as well. We always are here if you have any questions at all, and I'm happy to assist you myself or anyone on our trained staff of retirement coaches. We're all here for you, and we want to make the transition into retirement as smooth as possible. We look forward to hearing from you.